if I have the same number here, if I break it down, right? So I'm going to go ahead and break down 45 into two numbers. 45 into two numbers. Hi, Sam. Glad to have you. We just started on the notes, so go ahead and jump in with us. We just started. So Mia's already got me. She says 5 and 9 make 45. Definitely 5 and 9 make 45. So we have 5 and 9. Can 9 break down? Absolutely. It can break into 3 and 3. Just like that. 3 and 3. Cool. All right, so just like last week, we are looking for groups, right? We're looking for groups. So the 2 is coming straight down. And then we have a group of 3s. Those 3s are coming to the outside. This 9 was used up. And I have a 5 left over. It doesn't have any friends, so it can't get out of the square root. So the 5 is going to stay inside. Right, so the 5 chilling by itself, staying inside. This one has a pair coming to the outside. The 2 from before. 2 times 3 is 6. Square root 5. Now we have 2 square root 5. Is there any way to break down 5? Anything besides 5 and 1? Yeah, not that I can think of either. It's just 5 and 1. So I'm going to bring this straight down. So I have minus 2 square root 5. Now they are like terms. So since they're like terms now, I see that they are both square root 5, right? Both square root 5. So I have 6 of them and I take away 2 of them. That means that I have 4 left over, right? So my answer would be 4 square root 5, right? I have 6 of them, take away 2, and I have 4. That would be my answer to this first problem. So 4 square root 5. What questions, if any, did we have? Our first step, simplifying. And my second step was down here. I combined my like terms. Combine my like terms. So 2 big steps. One question, did you just keep the radical the same? Yeah, we keep the radical the same. Just like if this was like 6x minus 2x, we would say it's 4x, right? The x would stay the same. Same thing. The radical 5 is staying the same. So we have 6 of those things and 2 of those things. So they become 4 of those things. Yeah, great question. Thank you for asking that. I'm sending you a merit. Awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and write down number 2. Here's question number 2. It has 3 parts. Negative 3 square root 12 plus 3 square root 3 plus 3 square root 20. All right. Our first step again is going to be to simplify. Okay. I'm simplifying. How can I break down 12? There are a couple different ways. How can I break it down? I'd love to see some more people in the chat. Definitely. Thank you. 6 and 2. Awesome. And then how can I break down 6? What numbers multiply to get 6? 3 and 2. 3 and 2. Definitely. So I used up the 6. So I'm going to bring the negative 3 straight down. Do I have any groups here? Any groups, any pairs that I can bring to the outside? Yeah, the twos. Absolutely, I have the twos here. So the twos can come to the outside. And then what's left over on the inside? Yes, this 3 is left over on the inside, right? There's nowhere for, it doesn't have any friends, so it can't come to the outside. So the -3 coming from here, the 2 is the pair of 2s coming to the outside, and the 3 is left over on the inside. So I have -3 times 2 would be -6 square root 3. All right, so that's the first one here. The second one, can I break down the 3? No, there's nothing I can do, right? So I'm going to bring this 3 straight down. Yep, bring it down, perfect. Just like that. Nothing I can do about it. It doesn't break down, so I'm going to move it straight down. All right. Can I break down the 20? Can the 20 be broken down? Yeah, 4 and 5. 5 and 4. Awesome. Anything else to break down? The 4, how can I break down the 4? 2 and 2. Good job, Mia. Right, 2 and 2 for sure. All right. I'm bringing this 3 straight down. And then is there any groups from my broken down portion? Is there any groups? The 2s, totally. The 2s are coming to the outside. And then is there anything left over? The 5. Yes, there's a 5 left over right there. So I have 3 times 2 would be 6 and square root 5. Is this 6 positive or negative? Positive, yeah, positive. So I'm going to put a plus sign right here. Right, I know that it's positive because I have this plus sign up here. Definitely. All right. Now, looking at these, I have -6 square root 3, positive 3 square root 3, and 6 square root 5. And I noticed, just like you did, Mia, that square root 5 is different than these ones. So I would say that this one and this one, those two are like terms. They both have square root 3. But square root 5 is different, right? So I cannot combine those. I can combine the green ones though. I can combine the green one. So -6 plus 3, -6 plus 3 would be -3 square root 3. So -6 coming up 3 would be at -3. And then I'm going to bring down this 6 square root 5. That's just going straight down. And this is our first instance where we can't combine them. They're not like terms. So just this would be my answer. I've combined them as much as I can, but that is my answer. Right, so in our steps, we did our simplify step. We broke everything down. And we got it to this part here. And then in our second step, we combined like terms. We combined our like terms. So same steps, even though it was a little more complicated, the same steps. All right. Tell me how we're feeling. How are we doing in terms of understanding? How are you feeling about this? Are you on like a 0? Like this is not making any sense. What the heck? Are you on a 5? Like I totally get this, no problem. Or somewhere in the middle. Awesome, thank you. If you're feeling like a 1 or 2 or a 3, I would really encourage you to ask a question, right? Like, wait, where did that 2 come from? Or hold on, miss, like, what is that? Like, how did you break down the 12? Thank you for letting me know. As we finish up our poll, you can go ahead and write down number 3. It looks complicated, but we're going to work through it together. So it looks complicated, but we're going to work through it. So we have the 4th root of 48 minus 2 times the 4th root of 3 plus 3 times plus the cube root of 72. Looking for my last 2 people to vote. If you haven't voted yet, go ahead and throw your vote in there. Awesome. All right, team. We're looking at mostly 4s, which is great. Some 3s, some 5s, and a 1. That's okay too. All right. Now, I know some of us were having like the hardest time on problems like this earlier on our last homework, because we didn't really know how to find the numbers, right? So if your multiplication table is like, you're like, ooh, I don't know, 48, like that's a big number, I don't know, right? I wanted to show you something you can do in order to figure out what can be broken into 48, right? So you might know it's 6 and 8, but if you didn't know that, you could just do 48 and divide it by 2. And you see that 2 and 24, so 2 times 24 gives you 48. So I'm going to go ahead and take 48 and break it into 2 and 24. Now, 24 is a pretty big number. I'm going to do 24 divided by 2. I'm like, oh, I get 12. Okay. So I get 2 and 12. 2 times 12 is 24. Then 12, even if you had to keep going, you could do 12 divided by 2. You can say, okay, it's 2 and 6. And then if you needed to keep going, you could say 2 divided by, or 6 divided by 2 is 3. So you know that it's 2 and 3. Right, so you can use your calculator in order to help you find the things that divide into 48, right, or divide into each number. So I'm going to cross out the ones that I already used so I don't get distracted by them. Right. So since this has an index of 4, a baby number 4, right? Index, it's like kind of it's the size of an exponent, but it's not an exponent. It's called an index. What does it mean that there's a 4 here? It means we need how many of a kind? How many of a kind need to go into our group? Absolutely, 4 of a kind, right? So I need 4 of the same number in order to go in here. So I would have 1, 2, 3, 4 2s. All 4 of those 2s are going to combine together to make 1, 2 on the outside. I don't have any more groups, so that 3 is going to stay on the inside, just like this. Good afternoon, Mr. Lee.
Good afternoon, y'all. Just checking on y'all. How y'all doing?
They're a little sleepy today, Mr. Lee.
Negative. I'm always turned up.
Yeah. Great. All right. So we have this one here. We have -2 4th root of 3. But that's a really small number, right? Can't break down 3. I'm just going to bring this one straight down. Just like Neil was telling me earlier. Just like that. Cool. Ooh, that's looking cool. I have 2 of them minus 2 of them. Ooh, talk about that later. All right. And then 72. Does anyone know how to break down 72? This is a big old number. Anybody know 2 numbers that multiply to get 72? Got a lot of options actually. 9 and 8, yeah. Ezra, we can totally do 9 and 8, right? If I don't know that, right, I can do 72 divided by 2. Say, oh yeah, 32 and 36. But let's check 9. Oh, let's see. 72 divided by 9. I see that it's 8, so I can use 8 and 9. Let's use 9 and 8, just like Ezra told us. Cool. 9 is 3 and 3, as we were doing earlier. What is 8? Two and 4, yes. 2 and 4. And 4 is 2 and 2. Mia, you're on fire with the division today. Great job. All right, I'm going to cross out the things that I don't need anymore. So 9, crossing that out. 8, I'm crossing it out. What I mean I don't need it, it's because I already broke it down, right? So like even this 4, even though it's a small number, I'm still going to cross it out because I broke it into 2. All right, since this is a 3 here, we need groups of how many? How many of a kind do we need? 3, absolutely. We need groups of 3 of a kind. So not the number 3, we need 3 of the same number, right? So 3 of the same number. So here I see that there are 3 2s. So I'm going to bring that 2 to the outside. And then what is left over? What's left over in my cube root? Three and 3, right? 3 and 3. I have a 3 here and a 3 here, right? So 3 and 3. 3 times 3 is going to go in here. So 3 times 3, that would make a 9. That would make a 9. Hi, Ari. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. I got your email. Thank you for letting me know you're going to be late. Appreciate that. Go ahead and take attendance for me, please. All right, so with this one, we had the 2s, they came to the outside, and we had the 3 times the 3. Both of those 3s combined to make the 9 on the inside. No wonder I wouldn't know what to do with the extra number. Yeah, if you have 2 numbers, you're going to multiply them back together to go to the inside, like that. Great question, great question. You're on a roll with questions today. Yeah, so if you have 2 numbers left over, they multiply back together because they can't go to the outside. All right. When I look here, I see that I have 2 4th root 3, so 4th root 3, and I have 4th root 3 over here. But then over here, I have the cube root of 9, which is different. Wow, that makes it so hard to read. Let's see. Let's see if I got another color in here. We'll use gray. This one is different because it has a cube root and because it has a 9. So that is not a like term. So we're just going to have that one come straight down. There's nothing we can do to combine it. Right. And then I have 2 of these things and I'm subtracting 2. What's 2 minus 2? What's 2 minus 2? 0, yeah. There's nothing there, right? Like, so this is 0. This one and this one combined, they kind of like cancel each other out to make 0 because we have 2 of them and we're taking away 2 of them. So that's going to make 0. We don't normally have to write 0, so I'm not going to write 0. And if there's nothing in front of it, we don't have to put that plus sign. So my answer is just going to be 2 cube root 9. 2 cube root 9. What questions do we have about number 3? Right. The steps, yeah. Good question. What are the steps? So the steps are still simplify, right? We just want to pay attention to the indexes here, right? And then the second step is still to combine the terms that are alike. Combine like terms. Another question, why don't we just put the cubed 4 down? Do you mean the blue or the green highlighted ones? We can bring them down, but they're canceling each other out. This is basically like it's saying 2x minus 2x. 2x minus 2x is just 0. So we don't have to write anything. They cancel each other out. So it's 2 of those things minus 2 of those things. It's going to cancel. They subtract each other. Great question. Awesome. Sending merits to everyone who had a question in the chat. I appreciate you asking that question. All right, we've done 3 total examples today. How are we feeling after seeing these examples, right? The 2 steps, simplify and then combine like terms. How are we feeling at the end of our notes today? Awesome. Okay, Ari, I know you were just joining us, so it might make the most sense for you to actually watch the video to take notes. So right here, there's a link on, so you probably don't have this, so let me grab it for you. On the assignments page, there is a link to the video is linked already. So I'll send this to you. This is the Canvas. And on the Canvas page for today, you'll see the notes for today. So if you have any questions or you're wondering about something, you can always go back to the Canvas page and watch the video from today. Okay. It's just like another version of me. And you can use that link to get the help. Yeah. So on that link, that's where the Canvas page will take you to the video. And then if you need any additional help, you can also ask me or Miss Yama or Stephanie. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put the assignment directly in the chat. If you could go ahead and click that. It's gonna take you to something that looks like this. Go ahead and open up today's assignment. So today's assignment looks like this. It might still be loading on your screen. I know it's loading on yours. I know it's loading on mine. So the notes that we just took, these notes are gonna go right here. You can put a link, you can put a screenshot, you can put whatever you need to put. Those are gonna get you 10 points right away, right? So 10 quick points, easy peasy, already at a quarter of the way done. Then our next section, you have 2 options. You can do option 1 or option 2. Option 1 is on paper, right? So you have either 11 or 15 problems on paper, 7, 11, or 15. So these are on paper, or you can do IXL, right? So if you like IXL, you're welcome to do IXL. So this section is 20 points, either 20 points for the IXL or 20 points for the paper problem. So you can get either way, you're going to get the same number of points. Okay. And then down here, you have your checkpoint form. Your checkpoint form is also worth 10 points. That's like the mini Google form, right? That's also 10 points. If you would like extra credit today, you're more than welcome to do both options, right? If you want to do both options. Some people are like, oh, miss, I'm going to do all of option 1, and then I'm going to do some of the IXL. That's awesome. You can get some extra credit that way. If you want to do all of option 1 and all of option 2, you can get twice as much extra credit if you want. If you want to do like the IXL and maybe like 1 on paper, then you can do it that way. So that is how you can get some extra credit today if you want. Chelsea, no problem. I'm glad to see you. I'm going to send you, oh, don't look at that. That's not what I wanted to send you to. I'm going to send you the attendance. Thank you for joining. I'm glad you already took your notes. That's awesome. So for our assignment today, you are jumping in. If you want to work on paper, you can work here. If you'd rather work on IXL, you're going to jump into option 2. Option 2. Cool. We are finished with the notes portion of today, right? Finished with the notes portion. I'm going to go ahead and open up some breakout rooms so that Stephanie and Ms. Yamanaka can help you if you wish. So I'm going to go ahead and open these rooms. When I open them, you're welcome to go into your own personal room, which is what you're set up for right now. Or if you want to get help from Stephanie or Ms. Yamanaka, you can just message me right now and I will be able to move you to that room. Okay, so if you want to get some extra help, you want to do some problems, they can help you on this as well. So let's go ahead. I want to open up these rooms. You're welcome to join yours or just hit me up with the chat and I can put you into Stephanie's room. Otherwise, if you don't want any help today, you are free to go. This is the end of our class. You're just turning in your assignment by the end of the day today. David, did you want to join Stephanie? I saw you jump in and then jump back. Bye, Chelsea.
Oh, no, miss. I was gonna go eat.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Go eat.
Okay, thank you, miss. Bye. Take
You're
care.
welcome. Bye. Thanks. Cameron, did you want to work with Stephanie?